Hi, let's talk about the CMC template resume. So let's assume you are going to begin this big assignment, which effectively covers 10% of your grade, 100 points out of 1,000. So you've downloaded this undergraduate resume template. The next thing you're going to do is follow the instructions, JSOM undergraduate resume template, remove priority using, and you're going to remove that priority using, and you're going to bring that up to the top. Now, you're going to put your first name and your last name. I am taking poor Rainbow Rowland's name and making it Random Rowland, and I'm going to pretend that that's a student here. And then we're going to put her phone number, 972-867-5309. All right, we're going to put her email address. Her email address should not be hotchickie@gmail.com. Any email address you put on a resume should be a professional address. So you could put your UT Dallas address. Here you could put a Gmail address. Maybe her address will be random.rowland@utdallas.edu. Now, if you paid attention, I show you how to change your UT Dallas email address to one that you want to use, like this, so it's not rxr130030 at utdallas.edu. It's this. So if you look at the assignments, I actually have an assignment where I point out to you how you can change this. Then she'll customize her LinkedIn URL, so she'll go to LinkedIn. On her profile update page, there is actually a LinkedIn URL that will take someone directly to the page. You do not want to put your home address or a picture of yourself on your resume. So please don't put either of those in a US resume. Okay, LinkedIn, Random Rowland. Now you can hear my cat. Hooray! Okay, so you're going to put your graduation month and year right here. Leave University of Texas at Dallas. Bold is king. That's what I always say. Bold is king, so unfortunately, historically, king always comes first. Bold comes first. Italics comes second. So if you're ever setting up a resume, bold goes before italics. You can put them next to each other, but put bold first. It just captures the eye better. Now, put your graduation month and year. Now, if you're going to graduate in 2020, that's okay. So you may need to bring that over. Make sure it creates a nice line over here that's consistent. Now, let's say this person is getting a BS in finance, Bachelor of Science, finance, and then maybe a Davidson scholar. Let's see. We'll pretend that there's a big scholarship. A James Davidson Scholarship, Memorial Scholarship. So don't make up stuff, but I am just to show you what it looks like. You don't make up stuff. So see how bold is king, italics is queen, and then normal font comes after that. Now here we have a section heading business experience. So if you don't have any business experience, do you want to have a business experience section? You can adjust this section and just make this your experience section. So maybe you were a waiter. That's okay. I would prefer that that you look at this and make a good choice. If your only business experience is that academic project that deals with finance, you might want to move this to take the place of this business, or to be first, so that the first thing they don't see is that you are a waiter. Now, you're going to put your company name, so, you know, let's say you worked for Joe T. Garcia's, and you were a server. Now, if this is your most recent job, that's where you put it. So let's say you've only done this for a short time, and it's 2016. So you could say, say you started in January 1st, or you don't even need, don't put January 1st. We don't want to put all the exact start dates. So January 2016, and it's current. And you bring that over and make it all align. So you'll come back and play with this. Now, here's your place, here's your title. You want an action verb, and there's a whole packet with action verbs. And then metrics actually quantify those verbs. So you might say that you upsold, let's look for something that you did that's different. Upsold dessert items during February 2016 contest, increasing restaurant sales by 5%. Like, let's say you alone did that, and Joe T. Garcia gave you a big prize. You might want to even be more winning internal contest and increasing sales by 5%. Now, we don't want to leave that over there looking strange. So let's be consistent about how we depict our dates. But there we go. Look for things that you did that were unique. We all know basically what a server does, so try to quantify it. Try to find numbers. How many people did you serve? When did you do this? Did you train people? So let's say you have already, even though you just started there, trained 3 new hires in your, let's say the point of sale. Let's say you actually have a point of sale area where you sell chips or something in the back of Joe T. In point of sale, procedures, in July 2016. And then we might have another metric. But if you only have 2 things that really stand out, let's go with 2. Now, if you use particular software or did something that really stands out, let's document it. But don't just tell them all the nitty-gritty of your job. If you put silverware on the table, that's great, but let's not tell them everything. Now go ahead. If let's say that that's your only job, you would have to take this out. So yay. Then you have your academic project. Once again, you take these things, you make them as substantive as you want. Maybe in your academic project, this is the business communication, business gives back competition, and you might say, you might put when it went on. It was a whole semester, basically. So let's say you did it in the spring. You put your time here. January 2016 through May 2016. Okay, align it as best you can. So what's your action verb? Presented philanthropic, which means charity. Proposal to, let's say we're in the competition, 200 plus audience and DFW executives. Let's give it a time. How much was that? That was 15, let's say 13-minute presentation, 13-minute philanthropic. Okay, so let's say that's the best I can do. But I would continue on here. Wrote 20-plus page proposal. Let's not do 20 plus. Let's do the actual number. Let's say it was a 22-page proposal, and then give the details. Addressing child poverty in Dallas. That would look at your numbers and what you ran them out to be. Help 13,000 area children with dinner. That would not help, that would feed area children dinner. Okay. Plan would feed. Alright, so you might find another thing here. You should have at least 3 bullets. If you have to have 2, that's fine. Never have less than 2. So try not to just have 1 bullet, ever. Bullets don't travel alone. Then you would go through here. You should be involved, so put your organizations. If you can get a title, a leadership role, please do so. Put the month and year you started, and then you can say current if you're doing everything currently or if you stopped being associated with that organization. If you have languages, wonderful, like C++, Java, etc., that are technical skills. If you have tools, let's say you've earned an advanced Microsoft Excel certification, wonderful. Any other technical skills, languages that you speak, tell us what you speak and how well you speak it, and then everyone should have their eligibility. Now, if you have a page that ends right here with all this white stuff, I'm going to ask you what else you have done. And I'm going to expect that you will find some more academic projects or things that you've been involved with or volunteer experiences that you've had. Even if they are a single day, if you have this much white space, I expect to see them on here. What do I not, and I expect to see your most current first, so everything within its category starts at most current and then it goes to least current. What do you not have? You don't have high school. So get rid of all your high school stuff. And what else are you going to get rid of? Anything that is just not relevant. The more you have that is relevant, the more you start carefully screening what appears on your resumes. Now, when I say resumes, does that mean that I expect you to have more than one? Yes, you probably will. You are going to look at jobs within your field and you're going to kind of start to identify resumes that would work better for one job over another. So the order that you put things in the resume in will steer you towards particular jobs. If you're going to emphasize technical skills, if you're going to move this section up and maybe put it up here in the same place that business experience currently occupies, you're looking for more of a tech position. That's fine. What are you emphasizing there? So be aware that this is kind of how I expect you to do this. You need to have 0 errors on this page, so look at it carefully. Look at consistency. If you do Jan here, then you don't want to have January up here. Don't leave the original template information. So I don't want to see 2 organizations and then it to say organization, school name, position title. So take, if you decide to use the technical skills area, take out the optional. Make this your own. I expect this to be in the template style because it'll be consistent. It'll look nice and clean, And it is a good exercise to do. Now, does that mean you have to have the template style for the rest of your life? No, you can change it. But while you're here at UTD and while you're putting things into hashtag hire JSOM, you need to make sure that your resume looks consistent with all the other resumes. It makes us look more high profile. It makes us look more consistent, more thoughtful about our students, and it's easier for people who work with us to look through all the resumes and pick out who they want to talk to. And the more they can do that, the more they'll want to be affiliated with us, because it'll just be easier to work with us than with these other universities. So that's our goal. That's what we're trying to do. This kind of gives you a sense of what I want you to do for the resume. Make sure you've gone through it. Make sure it represents you well. Make sure you have the sections you need. Can you change the font or font size or basic look of this? No. Can you move sections around? Yes. Can you add sections that make sense for you? Yes. Be aware that when somebody's eye glances at the page, the reason it's in the top left-hand corner here is that's the first place that people's eyes look when they read English. So we're trying to capitalize on that. You can put your GPA down here below your graduation date. Many of you, if you're new, don't have a GPA. If you have a GPA that you're ashamed of, well, you probably should not leave it off unless it's below a 3.0. And even then, I would put it on there. You might want to put your GPA within your major if that is higher, so you would need to put your overall GPA, but then you might put your GPA within your major next to that. And that would still go here underneath your graduation date. Do you have to say expected graduation? No. I know 2020 is in the future. I know that's when you expect to graduate. I'm pretty aware of that. So I hope this helped and explained kind of what I'm looking for. This is probably not going to answer all your questions, but this covers a good many questions. I'll talk to you later. Bye.